Good morning, YouTube. Wow, it has been some time since I've spoken to you guys, but hey, I'm back. We are here in the Bahamas. We're docked just out the front of Atlantis, and it is almost the end of our Caribbean season. I actually shoot off in a couple of days, but right now I need to go to get started on crew lunch. So whilst I'm doing that, I'll let you know what's been going on.
Well, first things first, when I was still on leave, I headed to Barcelona and went to a fantastic pastry school there, El Món Dolç de Claudia. Oh, sorry, Claudia, if I butchered the name there. The instructor I had was Jeffrey Tan, a Malaysian pastry chef. He was hilarious and I learned so much. We covered so many things from sponges to mousses to glazes, and we made so many different desserts that I had a fantastic time. Really looking forward to showcasing it in the next season. Right, let's head back to the USA.
Good morning from Florida. Look where I am, high and dry. The boat has spent the last couple of weeks in the yard, so it's been up high, out of the water, and today we splash. Woo-hoo! Basically given a nice fresh clean up on the bottom of the hull. I think that's fresh anti-foul. These are the giant wooden chocks the boat has been resting on. Insane, isn't it? And so now all the team here at Ribo, they're unplugging us all. So the boat's been hooked up to power and water and grey water and black water. So it's disconnecting that. So previous boats that I've been on, it gets dropped down into the water and out of the water by a travel lift. But this one, it looks like the entire platform we're sitting on is going to submerge. It's interesting. So as we're being disconnected from the shore power, and we can't run the generators on board yet either because we've got no water intake for the cooling system. I'm sure there's something more complicated than that as well, but we will be going dead ship for about 5 hours. So that means no power, no lights, and I think it means no water. So for lunch, the crew are having sandwiches. Welcome to my dark and very silent galley. I don't think I've ever heard this galley this quiet before. There is no extraction, no sort of humming of the dishwasher, no air conditioning. It is silent. So we've still got certain lights on board because they're emergency lighting. So they're linked, I believe, to an emergency battery. So they're gonna remain on, but the rest of the galley is pretty dark. I'll show you around. I have pulled out most of my things for lunch so I don't need to open the fridge and waste any of the cool air inside there. And I've also stocked up, I've got some tubs of water so I can wash things down. Just a couple more hours then. The power has come back on. I guess we got low enough in the water so that they could start up the generators. So that means I've got light to make my sandwiches. We are looking pretty wet. I think we're floating. Woo.
Ready, set, go. Hi, hey fans, hey followers, thanks for coming back. Appreciate your support. My name's Jess and I have requested Caesar salad because it's the tits. If you don't like Caesar salad, who are you? Can't sit with us. Bye.
I absolutely love it when crew come in and request things. It gives me inspiration, and how could I say no to Jess? She's our new chief stewardess. So I had some chicken in the fridge, I had some bacon, I decided perfect, let's run with this Caesar salad. Plus I had some skirt steak that wouldn't be quite enough protein if it was by itself, so the chicken and bacon will kind of bulk up the level of protein. We've got some real protein lovers on board, so gotta keep them happy. Now I had some leftover burger buns, so they became my croutons. All it needs is a bit of olive oil, salt, crisp them up in the oven, good to go. Now I like to use Newski's bacon, but it is super fatty, so I'll always pat them off on paper towel and drain the fat, chill it in a tub and then throw it in the bin. Never putting it down the sink, gotta keep those engineers happy. For the chicken breast, because it had skin on, it was chicken supremes, I seared it off in a pan first. That means I get a lovely layer of crispy skin, as you can see here, nice and golden and crispy, and then I finish it in the oven. I am a huge fan of grilling asparagus, grilling any vegetables really, but grilled asparagus is the bomb. I'm going to make a very simple Caesar salad dressing here for crew, so starting off with classic Hellmann's, a nice dollop of Dijon mustard. This vinegar here, the Forvum white wine vinegar, really high quality. I love using it. Worcestershire sauce, a few splashes of that, and some anchovies. Gotta have anchovies. I don't think you can really taste them, and people who say they don't like fish, look, they'll never know, trust me. Even though we put white wine vinegar in, I like to use another brighter acid as well, so a bit of lemon juice, sometimes lemon zest, and as I said, this one's for crew, so we're going in with a pre-grated parmesan, and because it's going to be quite thick, a little splash of milk just to give it more of a dressing consistency. It was around this stage where I remembered I had forgotten to put in garlic powder and onion powder. So, had to stop, add that back in, start again. There's the dressing there. I don't think, it's not the best dressing ever made, but it will definitely work for crew and serve a purpose. This egg wedger is hands down my favourite tool in the galley. It's the little things that bring me joy. Now we always need to start with crew food, so we're having baguettes to go on the side of this meal. And then now it's probably getting to about 11 o'clock, so it's time for me to start searing off the skirt steak. So I sear it in the pan first, get a nice golden crust, and then I finish it in the oven. Whilst it's in the oven, I'm going to plate the rest of my salads. So here's cucumber and avocado on top of baby gem. I'm going to jazz it up a little. I had a bit of a nutty, oaty crumb. Kind of looks like it's a bit more special than just a simple avocado cucumber salad. So the chicken breast, because we have some non-meat eaters on board, I decided to plate the chicken breast on the side, and that way people can add it on to their Caesar salad if they like. There's my grilled asparagus with some toasted flaked almonds. And oh, this salad. These tomatoes I got from Shoreside Support, absolutely stunning heirloom beef tomatoes. And we jazzed it up with some big old balls of burrata and of course some balsamic glaze. You can't go wrong with balsamic glaze, it's delicious. Plating up the Caesar salad now. All I did with this one was put the croutons in and the dressing, and I had a few pea shoots left. And then tossing that together, I decided to put the eggs and the cheese on top. I purely do this for aesthetic reasons and the fact that I only had 3 hard-boiled eggs and I needed to stretch them. Now, it is probably getting a little close to lunchtime now, which is why I'm cutting this steak so aggressively. Yes, it looks like I should have rested it more, but as I said, it was getting close to lunch. I had no choice. I did this skirt steak tagliata style, which means serving it with arugula and parmesan. It kind of spreads it out. It means people might not take a whole steak, they might take a few pieces. It's a real good trick to make meat go further. And I don't know if you saw there, treated the curry to a little white truffle oil as well. So there's lunch. Got a nice bright colourful selection of veggies, and hey, I'm pretty sure the crew loved it.